Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Studio Series Skywarp from the Transformers the movie. You can see him there in front of the box. Which we'll take a look at real quick. And yep, you can see it is a Studio Series Voyager box because you know it's Transformers. You got the Blue Studios Viewers Band. You got Skywarp right there in both his robot and vehicle modes. You got 27 steps right there. This goes Transformers the movie, Skywarp Hasbro right there, and up here it says Skywarp Transformers the film, because we're doing that now, I guess. Takara Tomy right there. On this side, you have the continuation of the artwork, and I guess that's supposed to be the inside of Astro Train. And hey, it says 40 years, 1986 to 2026 for the movie, and you got Voyager class right there. On this side, you have a close-up of Skywarp in his robot mode. Right there. On the bottom, you have some manufacturing details and some what's included in the box. And on the back, of course, you have some copyrights warnings, authentic Transformers seals and product shots, and of course, a screen cap from the movie. He's right there, and it says Skywarp prepares for his final battle. Not much of a final battle, considering he got thrown out the airlock, and, yeah. Also comes with instructions, which are pretty much identical to Thundercracker's. What a shock. So, yeah. This is a repaint, so, very straightforward repaint, again. The big thing here is, yeah, the colors look great. It is Skywarp, so of course they do. They've got more of a gray than a silver, which, yeah, because animation accuracy, so you got lots of blacks and purples, though, and as well. You got the orange translucent cockpit. He's got a different face. He's got a very, very big frown. And you got a little bit of blue right here on there, right there, and everything. But yeah, of course, you got the, you can do the optional thing with the tail wing, the tail fins on the back here. You can just keep them attached right here. I'm going to keep them back there. I already showed that off in the Thundercracker. You can swap between if you want. The thing is, of course, he got black shoulders instead of the correct purple shoulders because, well, the realities of unpaintable factory plastic. If you're still whining about that, paint it yourself. They can't do it for various reasons, and if you don't know why, look it up. There's actual valid reasons, not just incompetence. If you start screaming about incompetence, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. But yeah, it's pretty much the same as the Skywarp, for better or for worse. I will say though, mine does have some small, just build tolerances improvements, like the wings don't pop off like my Skywarp or my Thundercracker. Skywarp and Thundercracker, yeah, I don't remember. I might have swapped the names around, but Thundercracker had the problem with the wings. One of my wings like to pop off a lot on my Thundercracker, which is weird because that's the second time in a row I had a Thundercracker where the wing popped off really easily. Go figure. This one doesn't have that problem. I feel like also some of the parts generally are much more solid. I don't have things like popping off really easily. Things kind of just line up better. My Thundercracker might have just had some issues, but generally everything works better than my Thundercracker does. So I don't know, maybe it's just they made some tweak or whatever, but it just works better than my Thundercracker, which is nice to know that it's okay. It's not just an inherently flawed mold. It's just maybe my Thundercracker, my Thundercracker and possibly other people's, I don't know, might have had just some issues, but generally, he looks really good. You can see he also comes with his arm cannons, which are not null rays because they're not Starscream. Starscream's coming real soon. Maybe I'll, in a few weeks I'll have that review as well, which will probably be the same sort of thing. But yeah, he's also got the same posability and everything with the head, ball joints and all that stuff and wiggling and, all the same posability. He even has a, waist joint, just like, which is nice to have, single piece hip or waist thing right there and all that stuff. Everything works exactly as you'd expect it to, and it looks really good, and it works really well, and it's a really nice design. He also has the same exact measurements as Thundercracker, not a surprise, So, yeah, his height to the top of his head is 6 1/4 inches or 15.8 centimeters, and his weight is 4.9 ounces or 140 grams. Yeah, so there is that. Real quick comparisons, because, yeah, this is actually kind of somewhat important. Here's his previous release, the Earthrise Skywarp, which has a much more vibrant purple. I'm not sure whether the camera's going to pick that up, but yeah, it's definitely got a much more vibrant purple and a screaming face. He's also got silver instead of gray, but again, animation accuracy, he has to be gray to be animation accurate. Although, again, kind of defeats the purpose of animation accuracy with the black shoulders and purple. But, again, paint yourself. It's just reality. Sometimes reality doesn't quite line up with what we want. This is definitely, I would say, a much more posable figure, and the only thing is that this has not that nice greebling and whatnot, but also definitely feels a little more, shall we say, basic in its engineering comparatively. So there's that. Here he is with the Studio Series Thundercracker as well. You can see, yep, again, pretty much the same mold, just different paint, different faces, and those apparently Starscream's going to come with the smirk. So, hey, there is that. And just because here is Studio Series Megatron, just so you can see that. So, go ahead and get him transformed to jet mode real quick. And if you want to see the details on that, just go watch the Thundercracker review. That should be linked somewhere in the description or on the card or whatever, or both. So I'll just do that real quick. Yep, that sure is a Seeker jet. All right, it is once again black and purple with a little bit of gray right there. Nice little purple striping right there. You can barely see it, but it's, there is a purple Decepticon logo on each wing. The purple tail fins and everything. You go to get purple landing gear, which is interesting. And yeah, you got, of course, you got the whole thing. I was like, hey, look, it's a Seeker underneath. You got, all that bits, which is, again, somewhat cartoon accurate, although this big cap of the chasm is not really cartoon accurate, but, only so much you can do with this price point. And yeah, you've got, again, the translucent orange cockpit, which, does it? I can't remember now. I think, yeah, it does open still, everything like that still opens. And yeah, this doesn't roll, and there's no rear landing gear, and there you go. There's no flight stand. Well, there is a flight stand. There's one right there, and way buried up in there. And yeah, it looks pretty all good. In fact, again, of the 3 Seeker color schemes, Skywarp's my favorite, and yeah, this one does not disappoint, personally. I think it looks really good. And yeah, in this mode, he is, again, just like Skywarp, he is 8 1/7 inches long, or 22.5 centimeters, and his wingspan is 6 inches, or 15.2 centimeters wide. So there you go. There's that. So again, some comparisons right here. Here is the previous Earthrise Skywarp, which, yep, again, well, the jet modes look pretty similar from the top. Again, more vibrant purple on the old one. But yeah, pretty similar jet modes on the top, although there's definitely some differences. Yeah, but on the bottom, yeah, there's definitely also the whole thing going on there. But yeah, but this one has better thrusters and everything, so there is that. So, yep. Yeah, kind of a wash on the alt mode. Then of course here is Studio Series Thundercracker, which, yep, there's 2 of the Seeker jets. Again, my Starscream's on the way, so hopefully within a pretty short time frame you'll be seeing that review as well. But again, it should be also pretty short. So yeah, that's 2 of the 3 Seekers. And yep. So yeah, Skywarp, still really solid. I feel like it's better. It's the overall better built than my Thundercracker. It has some minor improvements, namely, this wing doesn't pop off like my Thundercracker, and just some stuff just fits together better overall. And also, again, for me personally, I prefer this color scheme over Thundercracker, but Thundercracker's not bad or anything. It's just, I think this is my favorite color scheme. So yeah, he's going to be my favorite. So yeah, it's a good, still a good figure, but it's still unfortunately a Voyager, which means yeah, it's still going to be $43 before tax and shipping and whatnot. So yeah, make for that for what you will, but yeah. The good news is, there's a lot of people are going to be selling their Earthrise Skywarps now, so you might be able to get that cheap if you find this is a little too expensive, so, and you prefer that. But yeah, this is very much cartoon accuracy, for better or for worse, most part. Again, the shoulders are the one glaring flaw, but I don't mind that personally, because, yeah, I understand the reality of the situation. But, still good figure, just might be a little more expensive than you'd like, so, there you go. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social media down in the description and in the end of the video. Check out my Coffee and my Patreon. I shall see you next time with another video review.